Right now, as you watch this, 12 human beings are walking around with a silicon chip embedded inside their skull. Not in a laboratory. Not in an animal. In real men and women. Breathing. Sleeping. Dreaming. With silicon touching their neurons, that chip inside their skull. It was manufactured using the exact same silicon supply chain that America and China are already at war over. The same foundry ecosystem. The same TSMC wafers. The same bottlenecked rare earth minerals. Most people think the silicon siege is about your phone. Your laptop. Your AI data center. They are wrong. The silicon siege has crossed a line that no war has ever crossed before. It has entered the human body. In 2026, Elon Musk announced that Neuralink will begin high-volume, mass production of brain-computer interface devices, with a nearly fully automated surgical procedure. Think about that word. Mass production. The same term we use for chips in your phone. Now applied to chips in your brain. And while America scales this technology, China has already approved its first commercial brain implant. Beijing has deployed 7 government ministries, a $165 million brain science fund, and a national 5-year plan, all targeting the same goal, to own the silicon inside the human brain before America locks them out. This is not a medical story. This is a silicon siege story. And it may be the most consequential front of this war, because the nation that controls the chip supply chain controls the interface to the human mind. Stay with me. Because what you are about to learn will change the way you see technology, geopolitics, and your own body forever. To understand why this is a geopolitical crisis, you first need to understand exactly what is inside these people's heads. Neuralink's N1 implant is a coin-sized device, fully implantable, cosmetically invisible. It sits flush where a small piece of skull is removed and replaced by the chip itself. You would never know it was there. Extending from that chip are 64 ultra-thin threads, each one thinner than a human hair, carrying 1,024 electrodes directly into brain tissue. Those electrodes listen to neurons. They detect the electrical signals your brain fires when you intend to move your hand, speak a word, or make a decision. Then they translate that intention into a digital command. The first human to receive this device, a 29-year-old quadriplegic named Noland Arba, used it to play video games, browse the internet, play online chess, and post on social media. All through thought alone. No keyboard. No mouse. No voice command. Pure neural signal. But here is where the silicon siege enters this story. That chip is not magic. It is fabricated silicon. It requires MEMS manufacturing, microelectromechanical systems, built on silicon wafers using the same advanced lithography, the same deep reactive ion etching, the same cleanroom processes used to make your GPU. The same processes that TSMC in Taiwan dominates globally, and the cost structure. Analysts estimate the fully loaded manufacturing cost of a single Neuralink implant at between $2,000 and $3,000 per unit. Once sold at medical market pricing, between $10,000 and $15,000. This is not a niche device. This is a product Elon Musk has said he wants implanted in millions of people. Millions of silicon chips. Inside millions of human brains. All dependent on the same foundry supply chain that is currently the target of the most aggressive chip war in modern history, and Neuralink is only the beginning. In 2026, the company also plans the first human trial of its blindsight implant, a device that bypasses damaged eyes entirely and stimulates the visual cortex directly. It creates perception of light and shape inside a brain that has never seen light. Silicon is now restoring human senses that biology has destroyed. This technology is extraordinary. And it is terrifying. Because every single breakthrough in human brain silicon makes the supply chain that produces it more strategically critical, and more geopolitically dangerous. And that is exactly where we go next. Let us talk about the real war. Not the war of press releases and patent filings. The war of national strategy, state capital, and sovereign control over the technology that will merge with the human nervous system. America's position: Neuralink is private, venture-backed, and Elon Musk's vision. It has raised over $650 million in its Series E round alone, backed by Sequoia Capital, Founders Fund, ARK Invest. By September 2025, 12 patients had received implants. In 2026, Musk declared mass production begins. One company. One man's ambition. Moving at Silicon Valley speed. China's position: not one company. One nation. In March 2026, China's drug regulator, the National Medical Products Administration, approved the country's first-ever commercial brain implant, Neuralink Technologies device for paralyzed patients. This was not just a product launch. It was a sovereignty declaration. Behind that approval is an industrial machine that America cannot replicate through private funding alone. 7 Chinese government ministries have jointly issued implementation guidelines for the BCI industry. The cities of Beijing, Shanghai, Sichuan, and Guangdong each have separate 5-year BCI action plans. In December 2025, China announced a brain science fund worth 11.6 billion yuan, $165 million, deployed in a single month to fund BCI companies from research through commercialization. The Chinese companies you need to know: Neurons, making flexible cortical implants backed by Shanghai State Capital. Neuralink, partnered with Tsinghua University, now commercially approved. New Cyber and the Chinese Institute for Brain Research, developers of Beinow No. 1, already implanted in human patients with a target of 50 by 2026. Brain Co., FDA approved in the US for non-invasive products, but Chinese-owned. And StairMed, backed by Alibaba, deploying razor-thin flexible electrodes inserted by surgical robot. China's strategy mirrors exactly how it won solar energy, lithium batteries, and 5G dominance. Identify the frontier technology. Align every ministry, every state bank, every provincial government. Deploy capital faster than private markets can respond. Set the national standard before the world sets it for you. China's new BCI device standard, YY/T 1987-2025, took effect January 1, 2026. While America's companies were filing patents, China was writing the rules of the entire industry. The Chinese Academy of Sciences has also achieved a breakthrough that Western media almost completely ignored: a system that reduced the delay from thought to action to under 100 milliseconds, faster than the 200 milliseconds it takes a healthy human's own brain-to-muscle signal. Their BCI is now faster than human biology. Let that land for a moment. Chinese silicon in a human brain is now responding faster than the human body itself. Now we reach the trap. The element of this story that nobody, not the medical press, not the tech press, not even the geopolitics press, is connecting. Are you ready? The silicon chips going into human brains in America are manufactured using TSMC's foundry infrastructure. TSMC in Taiwan. The same Taiwan that sits at the center of the most dangerous geopolitical flashpoint on Earth. The Neuralink implant is built on silicon wafers. Its core processor is a custom ASIC, an application-specific integrated circuit, fabricated at advanced nodes requiring the kind of extreme ultraviolet lithography that only TSMC and Samsung can deliver at commercial scale. The electrode threads themselves require MEMS-grade semiconductor processing. Every single critical component of the chip inside a human brain traces back to the same foundry choke point we have been covering in the silicon siege for over a year. Here is the strategic trap in plain language: if a conflict in the Taiwan Strait disrupts TSMC's operations, through military blockade, missile strike, or forced shutdown, the United States does not just lose its AI chips. It does not just lose its smartphone processors. It loses the ability to manufacture the devices that go inside human beings. There is no domestic U.S. alternative for the precision fabrication required for neural implants at scale. This is not a commercial problem. It is a national security emergency hidden inside a medical device. China, meanwhile, is building a fully domestic BCI chip supply chain. Their Beijing 2025 to 2030 action plan explicitly lists, and I quote directly from the government document, overcoming key bottlenecks in BCI electrodes, chips, and decoding algorithms. They are not planning to outsource any of this to TSMC. They are building it inside their own borders, inside their own foundries, with their own lithography. If this race continues on its current trajectory, China will eventually have a self-sufficient brain chip supply chain. America will not, and then there is the data war. The chip inside your brain is not passive. It is always on. It is always transmitting. Neuralink's N1 implant communicates wirelessly, via Bluetooth, to external devices. Those neural signals contain intimate details about your intentions, your emotions, your cognitive processes. Cybersecurity experts have already warned that Bluetooth-enabled neural implants create an attack surface unlike anything in the history of computing. A breach of a server exposes your passwords. A breach of a brain chip exposes your thoughts, and who controls the data. Neuralink's privacy policy governs what happens to your neural data, but there is no comprehensive legal framework for neurotechnology data in the United States, the European Union, or anywhere else in the world. Questions about who owns neural data, how it can be monetized, whether it can be subpoenaed, whether it can be sold to insurers or employers, none of these have legal answers yet. The chip is in the human body. The law is still in 2015. So let us answer the question this entire video has been building toward, in the race to own the silicon inside the human brain, who wins? The answer, right now in 2026, is that no one has won yet. But the trajectories tell a story that should make every Western policymaker deeply uncomfortable. America holds the technology lead. Neuralink's N1 is the most advanced commercial neural implant on Earth. Its electrode density, its wireless performance, its robotic surgery system, these are genuinely world-class. But America is betting on one company, funded by one eccentric billionaire, dependent on a foreign foundry in a geopolitically contested island. That is a very narrow thread on which to hang the future of human augmentation. China holds the system advantage. It does not have the best chip yet. But it has the best machine for building the best chip. State-coordinated industrial policy. Domestic supply chain ambition. Massive clinical trial data pools from a 1.4 billion person population. Lower research costs. And the strategic patience of a government that thinks in 15-year plans, not quarterly earnings calls. This is the same combination that delivered China's solar panels, its EV batteries, and its 5G infrastructure dominance. Do not underestimate it in brain chips. Europe holds the ethical framework but has no army in this fight. The UNESCO Neurotechnology Ethics Framework talks about mental privacy and cognitive liberty. These are important conversations. But conversations do not build foundries. Conversations do not fund clinical trials. Europe is writing the rules of a game it is not playing. Here is what should actually concern you, beyond the geopolitics. We are approaching a world where silicon inside the human brain will be as routine as silicon inside your pocket. Neuralink projects millions of implants within a decade. China's Sichuan province alone plans 3,000 invasive BCI surgeries per year by 2030. When that scale arrives, the nation that controls the chip controls the cognitive infrastructure of its own population, and potentially the populations of nations that depend on its supply chain. The silicon siege did not stop at your data center. It did not stop at your smartphone. It has now crossed the skull. The final frontier of the chip war is inside the human brain. And right now, today, the foundry that makes those chips, the supply chain that delivers those materials, and the legal frameworks that protect that data are all dangerously unresolved. The siege continues. And the battlefield is now biological. Comment below, would you trust a US chip inside your brain? Would you trust a Chinese one? And if neither government can guarantee the security of your neural data, who should? This is the question the silicon siege was built to ask. Follow this channel. Because the next episode goes even deeper. The war for your mind has already begun.